Dane, welcome to the mission, brother.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Yeah, let me show you around. So first of all, Dane, this is our campus, and both these streets have been closed. This is where the men come in, that rescue door right there, and come into the campus. This is our Life Recovery Center over here, where all of our men that are doing addiction and recovery, their classrooms, a learning center, voc ed center, everything's over here, a few administrative offices. But I'm going to take you back here and show you where all the donations come in. We've talked a lot about food, but I'll show you where our donations come in. It's our drop-off center back here. As you can see right here, the guys are processing food that was brought in probably today and dropped off. And they take it in, put it in the coolers. So this is the staging place where the trucks pull up and drop off the food.
We're here with Phil Altmeyer, Executive Director of UGM, Union Gospel Mission.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing your story with us today.
You betcha, you betcha.
So tell us, in all this, with COVID and with everything going on, how has it affected the Union Gospel?
Well, you know, the new guidelines as a mission, we weren't really set up to not have people 6 feet apart. Dorm rooms are tight, right. Everything, serving meals, everything. So we've had to make adjustments. But I will say this, for the homeless in our community, that like you go to a safe shelter, your house, they've had a safe place during this whole time. And we've abided by all the guidelines. We have yet to have the virus show up in any of our shelters. We have 4 shelters. And so we're glad that it hasn't shown up, because it would have a drastic negative input. So that's been exciting for us to see the virus stay away,
yeah.
But also to provide a safe, clean environment for those that are homeless that they could come into, and it's just like your home. It's safe, it's clean. Again, we serve the people in Spokane that are wanting to move out of homelessness, that are saying enough of the drugs, enough of sleeping on the street. We want to come into a safe, clean place. So we've been able to provide homes for those individuals during this whole crisis.
How have you been able to adapt so fast?
Well, I think the biggest adjustment was we had to come to the reality, like at our men's crisis shelter, where we normally have almost 180 plus men, we had to adjust to 120. And that was just a reality. And that's not been true of our women and children's shelters. Since they have separate rooms, we can isolate them. But again, I've got great staff, and we've been following the guidelines. And I have to take my hat off too, because there's a lot of fear that's out there. And they've shown up to work, and they've served the people and been right alongside of them. And it's been great.
Wow. And the community has stepped up. I know we're at Blaze. Blaze was able to give you guys a lot of food. Tell us about some of just the great things that you guys have been on the receiving end of.
Well, everyone knows we're serving about 800 to 1,000 meals a day. That's a lot of food. And so as sad as the news is, like Blaze had to shut down and many other restaurants, we have a great partnership, by the way, with Blaze. They not only gave us food, but they've hired our people that have come out of our program. Great working relationship. And so when this happened, as sad as it is for them, it turned out to be a blessing for us. And we've seen that throughout the community, because the restaurant suppliers, there's a trailer actually in our back loading dock area that's a refrigerated, that they've just been bringing us food because these restaurants aren't open and the flow of food is shut down. So now they have a place that they can give it to us, and we've passed it on to other agencies as well, what we cannot use. So from a food perspective, it's amazing that through this whole process, we've been blessed in ways that we never expected. This is our pantry, and you can see everything's organized.
So this warehouse, I mean, it's full right now. How many people does this serve? How long does this warehouse last?
Well, there's, I believe, on a consistent basis, 26 other agencies we're giving food out to.
Okay.
So it moves in and out of here quickly, because as you can see, we don't have a ton of space. It's not a huge warehouse. Mm-hmm. So it's moving consistently.
So how long have you been executive director of UGM, or with UGM?
Well, 33 years.
In Spokane. So you've seen Spokane through a lot.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing that's true about this community. They really respond to a need. And I've spoken about food, but we've had people step up and help donation-wise, because for us, the biggest challenge has been because of the COVID-19, we had to shut our thrift stores down. We had to shut our UGM Motors down. And it's been our desire to pay the staff even though they're not working, but the revenue that we receive from that has been cut off. So we've really appreciated those donations, some from foundations, some from individuals that have generously given. So I'm overwhelmed with the response of people to step up and help out during this time. It's been exciting. It is a loving, caring community, and I really believe people want to help the homeless, and especially those that want help, because you can't help someone that doesn't want help. And that's what we're about, ending homelessness, just not feeding, sheltering, and keeping people homeless, but helping them get a job, helping them with their addiction, the issues they're facing in life that have brought them to the place that they're at. And I see that the people of Spokane are really responsive, saying we want to help those that want help, because that's how lives are changed. And so we're blessed by a giving community.
Yeah, it's the holistic approach, right? It's,
totally.
Yeah, from step one all the way through, you know, graduation, if you will.
Yeah, we're not interested in just feeding and housing people, but dealing with the issues of the heart and helping them see themselves that they're created in the image of God with so much potential. How do we bring that out? How do we see them become productive, giving back citizens? Because, you know, that's how we all exist in this society, as people that work, pay back, so that we can do the things that we do. So our goal is not to keep someone homeless, but to end homelessness.
It's been, I think, the theme of our show today, that even through all this, it's finding that purpose, and just connection is the key to getting through this.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too that's really critical is a thankful spirit. And I think you can always dwell on the things that are not happening, but if you start looking at the things that are good that are happening, it's exciting what can happen. There's light at the end of the tunnel, and we're heading that way. Hopefully quick.
Yeah, agreed. Well, Phil, thank you so much. Thanks for everything that you do, and thanks for joining us on our show today. Thanks for all the service. We'll see everybody next week.
Check out Community Positive, a TV show dedicated to promoting positivity. Each week, we highlight business owners and community leaders doing incredible things in the Spokane community.
Saturday and Sunday at 6 on Fox 28.